It is not a good time to own a cocktail bar in Prague, but Vancouver native Glen Emery is keeping his expat bar Bukowski's open, despite a crippling and controversial ban on booze.
The ice for the cocktails that are no more.
The Czech government has prohibited the sale of all alcohol above 20% in a desperate move to prevent further deaths from locally produced bootleg rum and vodka. But with the ban including foreign brands as well, it's being called a costly overreaction.
Our sales were down by 50%. Now they're down by 60%. Everybody, the whole economy is losing a ton of money, everybody.
With mournful sorrow, shops started covering up stocks of spirits last week and pulled some 20 million bottles from their shelves. Unlike Canada, alcohol here is not strictly regulated, and the lax controls allowed bottles of poisonous, methanol-laced moonshine onto the market. It's scary, says this Prague resident. Whoever's responsible should have to pay. After more than 20 deaths and 30 people still in critical condition, police say they've located the source of the poisoning and made several arrests. But with no word on when the booze ban will be lifted, it's only a matter of time before struggling restaurants and bars start going out of business.
If it were to last a month or 2 months, of course that's a big problem.
The ban is also costing the Czech government more than $1 million a day in lost tax revenue. Even more costly could be the damage to Prague's reputation as a European party destination. The UK has issued a travel warning for this country, which depends heavily on tourism. Making matters worse, Poland and Slovakia have banned Czech alcohol imports. The government is racing to develop new safeguards, and for most here, they can't come soon enough.
It proves that this country, really runs on alcohol, that there's been like total collapse since the prohibition.
The nasty economic hangover from preventing further tragedies from bootleg booze. Stuart Greer, Global News, Prague. From Munich's Oktoberfest to Toronto's Beer Festival, the annual autumn celebration of beer crosses cultures and borders. And this year, brewers around the world have another reason to make a toast. After years of decline, beer is back. Global sales are up.
A slight increase, which is, light on the other side of the tunnel. Some positive perspective we can have.
Nowhere are they happier than the Czech Republic, where they drink more beer per capita than anywhere else on the planet. Possibly because it costs less than water.
And it's cheap, so it's kind of a mecca for tourism, for beer tourism, which is huge here.
A good time then to be a bar owner in Prague, like Canadian Glen Emery. The Vancouver native was the first foreigner to open a Western-style bar here, and he's just opened another.
I walk into a bar with a Czech person, I say, so what do you have? And they say, oh, today I'm not drinking, I'll just have a beer.
Latest figures show Czechs are guzzling a world-leading 161 liters of beer per person annually. That's followed by the Irish at 120 liters. While beer is still Canada's preferred alcoholic drink, we consume a more modest and probably healthier 69 liters per capita. We may not be near the top in beer consumption, but we're one of the world-leading exporters. And the rising demand is a golden opportunity for Canadian brewers to cash in.
Our brewers have quite a bit of innovation behind their beer, which is sought after in the world. So it has quite a great reputation in the US and in other markets.
And if the beer bounce turns out only to be a hiccup in this worsening economic climate, well, brewers and the rest of us can always drown our sorrows. Stuart Greer, Global News, Prague.